Hello, my name is Frederick Taylor, and I will be explaining what a Z-drag system is and what benefits it offers to professional river guides and your everyday whitewater recreator. This information is absolutely necessary for professional river guides and recreators who run multi-day trips on remote rivers with no immediate help. When whitewater rafting, recreationalists come by common obstacles such as trees and rocks. Sometimes the oarsman gets off track or doesn't run a rapid correctly and gets his watercraft stuck on one of these obstacles. If the boat cannot be removed by tugging on it with a single rope, deflating a tube to help water push it off, or simply muscling their craft off the obstacle, then we must use a Z-drag system to rescue our craft from the obstacle. The top left figure shows a boat pinned between two submerged rocks. A Z-drag is being used to dislodge it. A Z-drag system is a mechanical advantage system to get a boat dislodged from an object mid-river. Our far right figure shows us a raft, with two haul lines from Z-drag systems coming off of either side of the raft. And our bottom left figure shows us another raft boat with a haul line coming off of its stern. The typical Z-drag will give us a theoretical mechanical advantage of 3 to 1. I say theoretical because the pulleys and carabiners still add an aspect of friction to our system, making it less than 3 to 1, but it's still almost 3 to 1, meaning that for every 1 pound of force we put on the rope, then 3 pounds of force will be exerted onto our object. You can imagine how this could be helpful in getting a boat off of a rock when we can't get it off with a simple 1-to-1 system, like a straight rope, or a 2-to-1, like a straight rope with a carabiner changing directions. If you're running remote rivers, you need to know knots, period. Knots can make or break a trip, quite literally. They are imperative for the operation of a Z-drag system as well. A knot should have these 3 traits: strong, many applications, and easy to untie. If you can tie a fisherman's knot and a bowline knot, then you can set up a Z-drag system. It's way more simple than it looks. In an ideal environment, we would use only 2 knots and 1 hitch for our Z-drag system. We'll use the bowline knot twice. Firstly, a bowline knot is to attach a rope to an object. This knot is very strong when it has a lot of weight on it, and extremely easy to untie. The first bowline knot will be used to attach our rope with a pulley to an object on the bank for our anchor, and the second bowline knot will be used to attach a rope directly to our watercraft. The second knot we need to know is the fisherman's knot. The fisherman's knot is commonly used to attach a line to a hook, but in this application, we are actually attaching 2 ropes together while using it. Specifically, 2 ends of a single rope to create a loop with a lot of strength at its attachment point. A fisherman's knot is not easy to untie, but I would consider it an exception to this rule. But it is extremely strong, which is very important for this occasion. We will use this knot twice. We will create 2 prusik hitches with the ropes we connected with our double fisherman's. We will have our first rope attached to our main line to create one direction of change in our rope and to create a safety rope. The prusik hitch used for safety will bite our rope near its anchor, so if the rope breaks above this knot, we will not lose our progress and our boat will still be attached to our rope. The second time we use the prusik hitch is to attach another pulley to the system, causing a direction change in our rope, making it a 3 to 1 system. Now that we have our knots down and understand the basics of our Z-drag system, we can set it up and use it. These are the steps to set up a Z-drag system. On this slide is a photo of a Z-drag system with reference numbers. These numbers are the order we need to set up our Z-drag. 1. Anchor a line with a carabiner and a pulley to our rope, or to our anchor. Take our haul line, which is typically a large diameter, high tensile strength rope, and attach it to our boat. This is the most dangerous part of the operation and should usually be done by someone that is stranded on top of the pinned boat like we saw in one of our previous slides. Thread the haul line through our carabiners. 4. Attach the traveling prusik to the brake and the brake prusik to our haul line. 5. Start pulling on our system. Keep in mind that we want to use the river current to our advantage. Try pulling our craft in the direction of the current, and remember that multiple 1-to-1 and 3-to-1 systems may be needed to unpin our craft. Before we wrap up our conversation on Z-drag systems, there are a couple things I want you all to keep in mind. Safety first, always. Gear is replaceable, but lives are not. Set our downstream safety to catch bodies and gear. It's always better to have more than one person on downstream safety. And then set upstream safety to warn upstream boats that we have ropes crossing the river. We don't need more damage done. If boats are coming downstream, drop your system and let them pass safely. And again, safety first, gear is replaceable, and lives are not. And lastly, remember, more isn't always better. I've been a professional river guide for 4 years now, and I've never had to use a Z-drag system. I've helped unpin many boats in my 4 years of being a river guide, and none of this unpinning has ever been done with a Z-drag system. Just some muscle power and a single rope can do the job. Make Z-drag your last option. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope you are now more confident in your skills as recreationalists.